Think about this for a moment. On the surface, your life looks fine. Maybe you have a job. Maybe you have people around you that you love. Maybe someone looking from the outside would call it a good life. But when you lie down at night, that emptiness is still there. That feeling, that weight, it just won't go away. Most people blame their circumstances. Bad luck, the wrong people, the wrong timing. But Albert Camus, right in the middle of the 20th century, noticed something. The vast majority of people live trapped inside a miserable cycle. And the most unsettling part is that they built that cage themselves. This isn't a criticism, it's an observation that sits at the very heart of Camus' existentialist philosophy. Camus treated the absurd, the meaninglessness of life, not as a catastrophe but as a fact. And he saw how people who refused to face that fact slowly, quietly, wove their own prisons around themselves. In this video, we'll explore 5 hard truths, drawn from Camus's thinking, about why most people never escape a miserable life. Knowing these truths will make you uncomfortable, but they will also set you free. First truth: the search for meaning is paralyzing you. One morning you woke up and felt that something was wrong. You questioned your job, your relationship, your choices, your life, and the deeper you went, the further the answers slipped away. But you kept asking, because moving forward without an answer felt impossible. And that right there was the trap itself. Camus called this the absurd conflict. Human nature demands meaning, the universe offers none, and trying to resolve that tension, staying frozen until meaning arrives, paralyzes you. The person who waits for meaning without realizing it puts their life on hold. I'll start when I find the right job. I'll act when I feel ready. I'll live when everything falls into place. But that moment never comes, because meaning doesn't surface before you begin, it surfaces after. The truth is, meaning doesn't come first. It follows action. It isn't found by waiting, it's discovered by living. Searching for meaning won't save you. Getting lost in the search will destroy you. Second truth: comfort is a prison, dressed up as freedom. Take a look at yourself. You wake up at the same time every morning. You take the same route. You talk to the same people. You repeat the same complaints, and you call it routine. In the myth of Sisyphus, Camus asked, what was the real tragedy of Sisyphus, condemned by the gods to roll a boulder up a hill for eternity? Was it the boulder rolling back down every time? Or was it Sisyphus accepting that fate and simply carrying on? Most people are their own Sisyphus. They complain about the same job and go back to it anyway. They criticize the same relationship and repeat the same patterns, because change brings the unknown, and the unknown, even misery, feels more dangerous than what's familiar. Neuropsychology calls this status quo bias. The brain finds holding onto the current situation safer than moving towards something better, because loss feels heavier than gain. Comfort won't kill you, but it won't let you live either. It just keeps you frozen. Third truth: needing other people's approval makes you their prisoner. Have you ever done this? You made a decision. Then you started wondering what one person would think. Then another. Then another. And by the end, what remained underneath that decision wasn't your own desire. It was everyone else's expectations. For Camus, this is existential surrender. It's handing your own reality over to other people's interpretations. And the moment that handover happens, you stop being the subject of your own life and become the object of someone else's. Nietzsche put it differently. Herd morality is designed to swallow the individual. People seek approval because they fear rejection. Those who use approval as a compass instead of confronting that fear have already lost their direction. You want people to love you. That's human. But if you're giving up being yourself so that people will love you, that's not a relationship anymore. That's a performance, and no one can truly live inside a performance. Fourth, truth. Anxiety about the future is stealing your present. You're always thinking about the future. What's going to happen tomorrow? Where will you be in a year? What will you do when you retire? And these questions consume you so completely that you forget to actually live today. In the myth of Sisyphus, Camus analyzed the relationship people have with the future with striking clarity. Instead of accepting the pain of the present, people imagine a rescue waiting somewhere ahead. I'll relax once this job is done. I'll be happy once this relationship gets better. I'll be free once I make enough money. But that day never comes, or it does, and a new someday takes its place. Planning for the future is wise, but living in the future is wasting the only life you actually have. Fifth, truth. Refusing to rebel is choosing to consent. You were wronged. You realized this life didn't deliver what it promised. There's anger inside you, but you stayed quiet. That's just how it is, you told yourself. Who am I to push back? And life went on, exactly as it was. This is where Camus' philosophy cuts deepest. Recognizing the absurd is not enough. A person must rebel against it. This rebellion isn't anger. In the beginning, it isn't even action. It's a stance. It's accepting that life is meaningless and choosing to live in spite of that. It's refusing to let circumstances define who you are. In The Rebel, Camus developed this idea: a person becomes human through rebellion, because rebellion is the moment an individual recognizes their own worth. It's the ability to say no, and without that no, a person remains nothing more than an object that adapts to whatever surrounds them. To lose your voice is to lose yourself, and silence, more often than not, isn't peace. It's surrender. So why do so many people stay trapped inside these cycles? Because the brain is wired to avoid pain. And facing the truth that life is meaningless, that comfort is a trap, that seeking approval is a chain, that hurts. Jung called this confronting the shadow, looking at your own darkness, your fears, the truths you've been denying. Most people run from that confrontation. They blame others. They blame circumstances. They blame fate. But Camus taught us something different. You cannot control the world outside you. But how you respond to it, that belongs entirely to you. The ego protects us, but it also imprisons us. It generates whatever story is needed to avoid seeing clearly. The timing isn't right. The conditions aren't there. That's not who I am. These stories comfort you, but they also nail you to exactly where you are. Camus once said, "We must imagine Sisyphus happy." That sounds strange. A man condemned to push a useless boulder for eternity. How could he possibly be happy? But what Camus meant was this: Sisyphus has not surrendered to his fate. He knows he has to push the boulder, but by accepting that necessity, he chooses to create meaning in spite of it. And that choice is what sets him free. The real reason for a miserable life isn't your circumstances. It's allowing your circumstances to tell you who you are. Meaning isn't found by waiting. It's created by living, not by seeking approval, but by listening to your own voice, not by deferring to someday, but by choosing right now. You may have to push the boulder, but how you push it, that's entirely yours.